Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy End Illuminati, and today I got a Black Ops 2, and this is pretty. Me, 100 plus. It's pretty. This is actually, and this is OTHFO's second, even though he cheated to get his. But this, I don't know why we haven't, but I want him and Red. But A and 94 for like the first 4 minutes, not even, and then which is
Let's go.
you guys about the game. COD Championships, which was, if you guys follow the MLG scene,
Kill confirmed.
even if you don't really,
Topping off. Stand by.
before, and they
Orbital VSAT on standby.
was about 32 teams, I believe, and there was a whole bunch. There was like 16 North American teams and 16 European teams. There was teams from all over that were like the best in their country. So like, I know there was a South Korean team. There was a couple African teams. There was probably an Australian team. Yeah, there was an Australian team, and then there was obviously like European, like just European teams, but the ones like from Africa, and like they were the best in their country. Like Australia was like, it was the best team in Australia. So I mean, they weren't bad teams. Like they weren't bad European teams at all. So I mean, there was still tough competition because I mean, European teams are not up to par with the North American teams. But the placings, I'll go over that real quick. The placings were Farico finishing first. Envious finishing second, Optic Gaming finishing third, Complex
Counter UAV inbound.
was Espelon. I don't know who finished below that. I'm not sure at all. I know VVV was in there. Quantic, actually Quantic didn't finish. They got upset and they didn't finish real well, but everybody else finished good.
Friendly UAV.
And I know I'm talking to something else about team changes also after this, but like I said, the Frico ended up finishing first, so that means if you guys follow MLG, you'd know that they've won 3 straight tournaments in a row, which is pretty crazy. Doesn't happen too often. Doesn't happen too often, but they won MLG Dallas, then they won a big European tournament, EGL 9. Which, I mean, some people kind of put an asterisk by that because it's EGL and it's in Europe. And not to hate on the European teams, like I said, but they're just not up to par with the not up to par with the North American teams. So Farico, I think, was the only North American team there, so they didn't really have any competition or too much competition. But you know, nevertheless, it's still a win as a win. So they won MLG Dallas, won EGL, and now they won COD Championships. And I don't know how much prize money they got for EGL, but that's already, I'll go over the prize money in a second, but they've won a lot of money in the last couple months. But so what ended up happening, I'm out, just let you know, I'm an Optic fan, Optic Gaming. I don't know why people, first of all, like say, oh my god, Optic fanboys, because they say there's Optic fanboys just because the first like the Optic was known at first for their sniping, and now they, you know, are known basically for their MLG. And I haven't really been following. I mean, I've always known about Optic and stuff, but I haven't been following them too long since I've been following since UMG Chicago, which they won. Like I started watching them right before that tournament, and I really didn't even think much of it when they won because I used to do like follow MLG stuff, but I haven't done it in a while, and not like I do now. But yeah, so I'm an Optic Gaming fan, and they finished third, and Rico ended up winning, like I said. But what happened? This is what Envious ended up losing to Farico in the finals. It was a best of 11, 6-4, I believe it was, the map count, and how that. Let me break it down how everybody got there. So Farico and Envious played a match to go. There's like a losers bracket, obviously, and then there's a winners bracket. So it's like a double round elimination, double round robin type thing, and so Farico and Envious played. Farico earlier beat Optic to go into the loser bracket. So just keep that in mind. I had a yawn so bad. It's my bad. I had a yawn. But Farico ended up beating them, and so then it was Farico and Envious to play to see who goes into the winners bracket final. And Envious actually ended up taking that 3-2, and that was a really good series to watch. And so Frico went into the losers bracket championship, and Optic, meanwhile, had been fighting through the loser bracket, like quarterfinal, semifinal, and championship, to get to the losers bracket championship. And the winners of the losers bracket championship, I know it's winners losers back and forth, it's really probably confusing, but the winners of the losers bracket championship got to play in the finals against Envious, who was already in there for beating Farico. So and Optic got there and ended up getting to the championship against Farico again by beating Complexity. And that was an intense series because if you guys didn't know, Optic and Complexity are pretty much, I guess you could say, really big rivals. And that came down to a fifth map in a best of 5 series. Optic ended up winning 3-2, obviously. And what happened was the first map on Hardpoint, Optic won, and then Complexity won the S&D and CTF, that's usually switched because Optic's best game types are usually CTF and S&D, and that's what they lost on. But so Optic won the Hardpoint, and then they lost to S&D and CTF. Then they won the next Hardpoint to tie it up 2-2. And then the final map came down to S&D Aftermath, and that one went into overtime. So last map, last round, last everything. And if you guys know, on Aftermath, the B bomb by the bus on Search, I think Complexity was planning, and so they were on offense, and they planted the bomb, and Too Quick backed up behind the bus, and like, you're not behind the bus, but in that little tunnel, and they planted, and Big Timer ran around and killed him. So at this point it was a 3v4. Big Timer ended up getting killed, and then Nadeshot ended up getting killed, so it was a 3v2, and with about 20 seconds left, so Optic had 20 seconds to defuse the bomb, and it was like a 3v2, like I said. And Scump, what he had done, he had came through the middle. Yeah, he went through the middle and went down through that little tunnel to like flank Complexity, and it worked out really well because all 3 of Complexity's players were behind the bus, where the bomb, like on the other side of the bomb, like behind the bus, and Scump ended up getting a 3-piece with about 20 seconds left. All like in like less than 5 seconds, took out all 3 remaining players for Complexity. It was in the final kill cam because like Merc defused the bomb. It was all in one kill cam of him taking him out, and it was honestly crazy. Like, I know I was freaking out just because I'm an Optic fan and that's their rival, but like, I can't, like, even if you weren't a fan of either team, if that's just like, it was so crazy because a 3-piece in Search, is crazy enough. And then for it to happen under those circumstances, like with 20 seconds left to defuse the bomb in a $20,000 match, basically, $20,000 like map, round, everything, like, it was huge. And it's crazy that happened at that time. But so Optic ended up winning that, and it was really funny because they had a reaction video of like Optic right when Scump hit the shot, and they all started going crazy. Like Scump like screamed like, "Oh my god!" like any other like kid would, like when they're getting a 3-piece or something. Like, it just goes to show you that even MLG players still freak out when they get something good. But so Optic ended up taking that 3-2, that map series, that series or whatever, and this is a really funny sequence here because I run out of bullets and I pick up this gun and run out of bullets with that. And I have to like run away from him, and I'm like one away from a lodestar. I was about to get so mad if I died, but thank God my VSAT assist gave him to me. But back to what I was saying. But so Optic ended up going into the finals against Farico, and they ended up losing 3-1. Which, I mean, they played complexity. I mean, not complexity, but they played Farico very close on all of the maps. Like, they lost the first hardpoint pretty convincingly because Farico is like the best team in hardpoint right now. Best team in hardpoint. Did I even say that right now? Best hardpoint team right now. I wouldn't say by far, but they're definitely the best hardpoint team in Call of Duty right now. So they lost the first hardpoint pretty convincingly. Then they lost the they lost the search on Express because it was a 5-5, so it was in overtime. And if you guys didn't know, in search and MLG it goes to 6 rounds. So it was 5-5, and Optic had planted the bomb. It was Big Timer and Nate shot alive, and the only one alive for Farico. God, I keep yawning. The only one for alive for Farico was Parasite, and he ended up getting a 2v1 clutch with bomb planted against Optic, which was really disappointing because, like I said, I might be a little biased, but if Optic would have won that search, they definitely would have, I don't know, definitely, but they would have had a really good chance of winning the series and being in the finals against Envious. Because, let's just go through the scenario if they would have won that search. If they would have won that search, then it would have been 1-1. And then they ended up winning the CTF, so it would have been 2-1. I mean, this is all, you know, it could have things could have changed if they would have won or lost the map or that search. Like, things could have totally changed. Like, they might not have won the CTF, but they won the CTF, so it would have been 2-1 instead of 2-1 for Rico. And so instead of then they won. No, they lost the hardpoint against Farico really bad because, like I said, Farico is ridiculous in hardpoint. So, and they ended up losing the series 3-1. But if they wouldn't have lost that, like even if they would have lost that hardpoint, if they would have like won the search, it would have been 2-2 instead of 3-1. And then the last search map was on Search and Destroy on Standoff. And I mean, both teams are really good Search and Destroy teams, but you know, there's never Optic could have easily won the first search, so they could have won the last search. And if I yawn one more time, I'm gonna kill someone. But Optic won the, like, if they would have won that last search, they would have been in the finals. So I mean, it really could have gone either way on that last search. That could have completely changed the series. But Farico ended up going in. They won that and ended up going into the finals against Envious. And Envious, like I said, was the team that knocked them out and put them into the losers bracket. So they were kind of looking for some revenge. And Envious ended up, I think, getting top. Yeah, Envious ended up losing that series, obviously, and losing by like, what was it? Oh, it was, like I said, 6-4 earlier. I don't know like the maps and all that because I didn't really watch it too much, but Envious ended up winning and losing, and then Farico won. So I mean, Farico, like I said, they're just hot right now. Alex took a shower and he's naked, but the prize money, Farico won $400,000. Optic, I mean no. Well, Envious won $200,000 and Optic won $120,000. Complexity won $100,000. So break that each up into 4 parts, and that's how much each player won. So like, for example, like Complexity won $25,000 each. Optic won $30,000 each. So and so on. But that's actually no, we still got another round. That's where I go off at the end of the round. See, I don't even have the 100 plus yet. Yeah, I actually have 99 right here. So I don't know how much longer the gameplay is because that's why, because the bomb kept getting planted so much. But like I said, you know, that's a crazy amount of money, especially for playing a video game. Like, that's especially for 19, 20-year-olds. Like, that's a huge, like, life-changing amount of money. I mean, not so much like $30,000 because, you know, unless you put it in the bank and invest it, then it's not that much. But it doesn't help that it's not life-changing. But like $100,000 is life-changing. And Optic won the last COD XP last year. So like, it was Nadeshot, Merc, and Big Timer. So they've already got $100,000 in their pocket. And Scump wasn't on the team at the time. But so yeah, COD XP was really exciting. You guys should, if you guys haven't ever like checked out MLG, you guys really should, because it's really fun to watch, and it's Call of Duty playing at its finest, like best players. But that's the end of this commentary. If you guys like the video, be sure to like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and this has been your boy End Illuminati. Peace.